But since we're talking about, and I know we're talking about, but since we're talking about, and I know we're talking about Ken and how great he is, but since we're mentioning Allen, this is something that I wanted to mention about the big man. We all know, you put the ball in the box, you feed him, you're dead. In the air, on the ground, Karate Kid move, whatever it is, he will score. But there is one piece of advice that Arsene Wenger gave me when I was playing for Arsenal and always stayed with me. What can you do when your team is not feeding you? We all know that when Kevin De Bruyne has the ball, Kevin can find him in any way, anyhow. And we all know he likes to make that second post move. So Arsene told me, ask yourself the right question. When I was a striker, I used to complain about everything, right? Always. So he doesn't give me the ball. And the boss said, do you think Dennis Bergkamp can give you the ball the same way that Fredrik Lundberg does? So I started to think, okay, with Dennis, I knew I could move however I wanted to move. Then I started to think, Robert Pires likes a 1-2. I need to come with him short. Fredrik Lundberg, I need to be in his path the way he runs, because if not, he will not see me. I started to think, how can I enhance the skills of a player instead of showing his weaknesses? So, for example, Kevin, you can make that, but maybe Bernardo Silva, you have to come short. He likes a 1-2. And I think sometimes Haaland is making the same run. Whoever is on the ball is making that run. And I don't think sometimes it does help the team in terms of who is on the ball.
Is there not a flip side to that, though? So what you're saying is he's got to adapt to those players. But then, as I just said, is there not a flip side to that where they're not playing with Aguero, they're not playing with a false nine, they're playing with Haaland. So they have got to change as well.
They did. They're trying to change. And you can see Pep is trying to find a formation, by the way, to make sure that Haaland can perform. I'm talking about big games here. How many games Man City during the season, for example, are not like on top of the other team? So he doesn't so much have to adapt to those players. But we've seen in big games that he's not often on the ball, that he doesn't touch the ball, that they can't find him. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if you think of the other way in big games, try to help them. We all know when you play a big team, Jamie, you have to win your own battle first. It's not that easy. And we have seen that this year he struggled in this type of game. So maybe if he does think of that, how can I help them sometime in some situation, not always them finding me on the second post?
So you really think Kane's a better player than Haaland? We can talk about all-round game, but striker, where he scored 25 league goals this season, Haaland, even in a system which is not suited to him.
No, but I totally understand that about the goals. But we all know that City won the league without those goals before. Mm-hmm. They have those goals, they're second. What is that supposed to mean? Some of the guys that are top of the Alan Shearer scored a lot of goals, he won the league one time. Harry Kane scored a lot of goals, still didn't win anything. It's not always about goals, it's about what can you bring for the team also.
When you talk about the team, Thierry, do you think Man City are a better team now with Erling Haaland in, or they were a better team last season?
I think it did stop what they were about. They had a certain way of playing. You didn't know who was going to drop, come, who and where. I think now they are a bit more predictable. If I can say, that doesn't mean you can stop them easy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're more predictable.